Ghazala, Associate Professor, Department of Sociology, GM Momin Women's College. Today we are taking the initiative that Department of Sociology and TKN advocates to make the young generation and other peoples aware through the media and through the medium, which is easily being reached and watched by everyone, that is YouTube. We were trying the first session which we had planned, Advocate Nausheen and me, that is Police and You. Here we will be focusing few of the awareness which you all need to know about police and women. This is what basically we are focusing on. Advocate Nausheen, whom I have known for years, she is the co-founder, founder partner at TKNY Advocates. She has a rich experience of 15 years dealing in cases pertaining matrimonial litigations, domestic violence, Muslim laws, etc. She's indulged in training, making young generation aware about various laws, their rights. This is a small initiative, me and Nausheen, who are trying to make a small initiative for the young generation as well as people who are unaware that they need to know what is their rights and duties and how could they try and achieve them. So Nausheen, do we begin the session?
Sure, Ghazala. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah. Nausheen, can you tell us and the audiences, the purpose for the first session that we decided was police and you. So what is the major thing that you decided that this session should be the first session before we move on to the other topics or in the near future? Yes.
Sure. So Ghazala, the main focus of, having this session, Police and You, was number one, people are extremely scared of police, particularly women. And if you look at the Indian media, the way they have literally vandalized, the reputation of police is really bad. So we understand police as villains, somebody who would not do their work, somebody who would misguide, somebody who would take bribes, etc., etc. Okay. The entire purpose of this session is to demystify that particular thing. Okay. And police is an important stakeholder. हर किसी को खाकी वर्दी से डर लगता है और लगना भी चाहिए ताकि law and order maintain हो सके. Okay. But at the same time, it is very important to understand that हर जगह अच्छे लोग और बुरे लोग होते हैं. हर जगह, be it in the field of education, be it in the field of politics, be it any damn field, okay? And police is no exception to this particular thing. So police में भी अच्छे और बुरे लोग होते हैं, मगर हमने हमेशा negative लोगों को ही police के अंदर Indian media में देखा है. So that's the reason why even if we are in a distress, if we are in a problem, many a times we have seen that people are not willing to go to the police because they have this particular understanding of police. The main intention and the main focus of this session is to demystify this particular myth, okay, that police are bad. Okay, the main intention is that. Number two, it is the second intention that we have is that to make people understand, particularly women, that what are their rights at police station. And in case if they cannot approach the police, but they wish to approach the police, how could they go about with it? Okay, so if you look at this particular session, this session is to, make people understand how to go about with their rights, how to exercise their rights at police station. Many a times, if we go to the police station, we need to be confident enough. We need to know कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या नहीं कर सकते हैं, and the entire session flows from that. So this is the major agenda of this session, Ghazala.
Yes, as you said very well, the media has also portrayed. And second thing, the minute a police or a cop comes to your door, the question moves around, कि वो पुलिस क्यों आई घर पे? So we need to change the actual scenario and the thoughts of people. Okay. Now, as you mentioned, rights, can you mention rights in general, especially pertaining to women in particular?
Okay. So let me start with my own experiences. I remember when I was young and I was not a lawyer, I thought police stations are closed, on Sundays, or probably you can't go to the police in the night because they work from 9 to 5. So I think a lot of people believe that police stations are shut on Sundays, because I remember when I was delivering a session to college students and I asked them that are police stations supposed to be shut on Sundays? And they said, yes, they have it off. So number one that I would like to tell people is that police are an emergency service. They're supposed to be operative 365 days throughout the year, 24/7, day and night. Okay. So number one is that police stations and police are available for you 365 days. They're not shut on any days, including the public holidays. They are supposed to be available for you. Number two is that another thing I remember when I was young, I thought that I have to offer some kind of monetary reward or some kind of compensation to police for their services. A lot of people think that, because I remember, again, recently I had a session with college students and they felt they have to give some money to the police. I just wish to clarify, you don't owe a single paisa to the police people for their services. This service is free of cost. So you can go to the police station at any point of time you desire, and you can avail any services which they could offer free of cost. You need not pay anything to them. Okay. Now, number three is taking me to the point, going to the police station at any time we desire. Police station is open 24/7. Okay. But to safeguard women per se, during the sunset and between the period of sunset and sunrise, there is a special provision in law that ideally women need not be called to the police station between sunset and sunrise. So if you remember that there was a Sunil More's rape case, which took place a couple of years ago. Now, as I said, there are good people and bad people everywhere. So there could be bad people over here as well. So there was this particular case wherein there was this girl and a guy, almost 17 years of age, and they were hanging around at Marine Drive. There was this constable by the name of Sunil More who came over there, and he told the girl and the boy that you all are sitting in a, inappropriate way. He told them that he needs to take them to the police station. He took them to the police station at Marine Drive. He asked the girl to stay back, and he asked the boy to go off. And subsequently, he raped the girl. Obviously, the pain excruciated to no different levels, and the girl started screaming. When she started screaming, passerbys heard her screams. They came to her rescue. They broke down to the police station and they rescued her. They called the senior, the FIR was registered, and all of that. We all know that the matter went on in the court, and subsequently Sunil More was convicted of the offense. The law convicted him, and thereafterwards he was hanged. Okay. So what I want to tell you is that everybody is on the same pedestal. Even if you are the law enforcement agency like police, it's taken care of. But through this example, what I want to tell you is that I wish that girl knew about this thing, that she could not be taken by any police officer to the police station after sunset and before sunrise. Such a situation could have been avoided. So one of my messages to your students would go to that, in case if you're called by the police as a girl, as a lady, as a woman, you can deny going along with the police to the police station between sunset and sunrise. Number two, if there is a dire need that you have to go to the police station, then in such cases, there has to be a woman police officer to accompany you. You can't be going to the police station without getting yourself accompanied by a woman police officer. Okay. Also, in case agar aapki talashi leni hai, okay, if you've got to be checked or anything, the officer who's a woman police officer has got to do this particular checking of yours. The male police officer cannot touch you come whatever may. Okay, because ideally that would lead to sexual harassment ka case against that particular officer. He can't touch you come whatever may. So this is one important point which I would like to mention. Now let's see, if you are going to the police station wherein you want to file a complaint, okay, against, let's say, Mr. XYZ or whatever. Now, when you have to file a complaint, this particular complaint has to be read out to you. Okay. Now, for example, people like me, I'm not well versed with Marathi Ghazala. Like till today, I fumble with Marathi. Okay. It's really a matter of shame to have been born and brought up in Maharashtra, but then hota hai. Okay. Some people pick up languages, some don't. So what I want to clarify is that when I go to the police station, I literally tell them that, see, this is my complaint. They wrote down my complaint in writing. And then I tell him, now you read this complaint to me in Hindi because I don't understand Marathi. And only once they read the complaint to me in Hindi and I understand it, then I sign it. Okay. So whenever there is a complaint that you need to file, it has to be read out to you if you're not familiar with the language. Okay. States have their own language. For example, Lucknow would be Shuddh Hindi. Okay. Maharashtra is Marathi. Karnataka ke andar South Indian language. Okay. So it varies from state to state. कोई states में English भी use करते हैं for the FIR and for the NC. But then in such cases, if it is there in the local language, you're not familiar with it, they have to read that particular complaint of yours and then only you can sign it. Okay. If there is any changes that you need to make in the complaint, you have to tell them that please change this. This is not what I meant, and they are duty bound to change it. Okay. Number two, when you're filing a complaint, they have to provide you with a copy of the complaint free of cost. You need not pay them anything for the complaint. So many a times my clients come to me, Ghazala, in the office, and they come to me with a small receipt, and I tell them this receipt is not a complaint. It's just a receipt. It has it's got the complaint number. You have to get me your complaint, which is usually an A4 size paper. Okay. So you have to get me that particular complaint, either NC or FIR, and it has to be given to you free of cost. Okay. Number three, which I would like to point out is that, let's say I don't know where my police station is if I'm in a problem, okay, and I need to secure urgent police services. अभी आपने देखा होगा कि मीडिया के अंदर क्या बताते हैं कि एक अबला नारी पुलिस स्टेशन में जाती है and they tell that woman, नहीं ये हमारा jurisdiction नहीं है, आप ये jurisdiction में जाओ. Then she goes to another police station. They tell her, नहीं ये हमारा jurisdiction नहीं है, आप ये jurisdiction में जाओ. This is a typical Hindi filmy scenario that we have. Yes. But there is something called as zero FIR, okay, which means that let's say I'm a woman who is abused and I need to go to the police station. I don't know which is the local police station I have to approach. In such cases, जो भी police station मेरे सामने पड़ता है, I can go over there and I can file a complaint over there. It is called as zero FIR. They have to take my complaint. Okay. They will usually number it के मेरे को बोल देंगे 00 है और फिर बाद में they themselves will internally transfer it to the regular police station. Okay. जहाँ पे offense बनता है. And they will inform me and intimate me that it has been transferred. And they will let me know also कि बाबा transfer हो गया है, अभी police station का क्या complaint पड़ा है. Okay. Number क्या है उसका. Okay. So this is another right of mine which I need to understand that, as to what are the things that I could get from the police. Okay. So to reiterate, number one is that it's open all the time. Okay. Number two is that I don't have to pay anything for the police services. Number three, I can't be arrested or called to the police station between sunset and sunrise, that is evening and night time. And then even if I have to go, I have to be accompanied by a woman police officer. And number five, if I have to file a complaint, all about complaints is that I can file it in any police station. They have to read it to me and they have to provide a copy free of cost. So because we are doing Chotu sessions, Ghazala, I'm covering it very much in brief,
Yes,
so,
yes. That's what we are trying to at least give brief knowledge to the students and whoever audiences are watching. And this is something which is new, that is a zero FIR, which really we knew zero sexual harassment, zero tolerance. This is something which is new, that is zero FIR. Okay. It's really very appreciative that Nosheen, you're giving us the time, your valuable time, and really giving your knowledge and spreading it around.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You mentioned if a woman can't go, then she can call police. How is that possible?
So Ghazala, number one, I would like to give a message to all the students out there that I know there is something called a zero FIR. ओके, बट देन ऐसा नहीं है कि बस हमको सो जाना है, 0 FIR कर सकते हैं, हम कोई भी पुलिस स्टेशन में जा सकते हैं। तो number one, I would like to state is that you need to know as to which is your local police station. Okay, many a times we know, many a times what, it's always like this, you know, we are aware about the local market area, we are aware about the local malls, we are aware about the theaters, cinema halls, sporting complex, parlors, salons, sharara wala, ghagra wala, you know, everything, pizza wala. Okay, but we don't know the basics which we have to know. Okay, one is the local police station that we are supposed to be aware of. You know, किसी के साथ कुछ भी कभी भी हो सकता है. We can't be in our comfort zones all the time. And number two, the local government hospital that we need to know. Okay, कि कभी अगर कुछ हो जाता है तो मेरे को सरकारी अस्पताल में जाना है, या obviously public hospital में जा सकती हूँ. There is no doubt about it. But सरकारी is सरकारी. It has some kind of a value, you know, attached to it. Their report. The courts consider their report as more genuine. Because private में जाके क्या है, आप कोई डॉक्टर को, हम सब छोटे थे, कहीं घूमने जाना पड़ता था, मम्मी प्राइवेट डॉक्टर का रिपोर्ट दे देती थी कि टाइफाइड मलेरिया हो गया और हम घूमने के लिए चले जाते थे. ओके, सो ऑब्वियसली प्राइवेट इज प्राइवेट एंड पब्लिक इज पब्लिक. ओके, so what I would like to give this as a message to the students is that please know which is your sarkari अस्पताल and which is your local police station. Okay, and I'm giving the reasons also why they need to know. So let's say if there is a woman or anybody who's in a problem and they need to make a call to the police. Okay, we all know the emergency helpline number is 100 or 103. All right. Now let's say if I call up 100, if I'm in a problem, I tell them, okay, come here. This is my address. This is where I stay. I give them the PIN code and I tell them come immediately. Okay. Now that number is a central helpline number, Ghazala. Okay, so the person who's attending the call and you're giving them the address, they won't be able to figure out where on earth are you. Okay, the first question that they will ask you is आपका local police station कौन सा है? Why they will ask you is because they have to call up the local police station and they will have to tell the local police station कि बाबा ये महिला है जिन्होंने कॉल किया था, ये उनका पता है, आप अभी के अभी जाओ. Okay, so it's very important that we know which is the local police station of our area. All right, so let's say when I call up 100 and I tell them, okay, my local police station is, for example, Kurla. Okay, and then I follow it up saying this is my address, PIN code, please come. I promise you they will send you the van of their police in the next 10 minutes of your call, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm the regular grahak of all the police walas. Okay, anything that happens, I just call up 100. I call up 103. I think till date, I don't know how many FIRs I must have filed. But what I want to tell you is that if you're in a problem, use these services. Okay, it's not that you're misusing it. You're using it. You're in a problem. They are for your services. So I call them, and trust me, every time my experience has been really good because in 10-15 minutes the van arrives. Okay, now God forbids if the van does not arrive in 10-15 minutes, or let's say you're not able to get through 100 or 103. Okay, कभी कभार होता है, busy हो गया है, कुछ problem हो गया है, नहीं लग रहा है. Then Ghazala, we all know how to use Google. I'm sure those people who would be watching this clip, they would know how to use Google. Okay, they would know how to use their phones. So on Google, you can type Mumbai Police website or Mumbai Police senior officers. आप लोग भिवंडी में हो तो आपका थाने आएगा या भिवंडी आएगा. Okay, so you can type it out और आपको आपके सारे पुलिस स्टेशन की लिस्ट मिल जाएगी. Along with their landline numbers, along with the senior officers का photo, along with the senior officers का number, along with the DCP, जो senior officer होता है उसका DCP का photo, उसका number, okay, commissioner का number, commissioner का photo, वो सब information मिलेगा. So पुलिस में भी hierarchy रहती है कि मान लीजिए कि आपका एक हवलदार है, फिर बाद में उसके ऊपर एक officer है, फिर उसके ऊपर जो है senior है, उसके ऊपर DCP है, so you all have the hierarchy every. Okay, because we are in a short session, I'm not giving the hierarchies in details, but I believe everybody understands the hierarchies. Okay, so what I want to tell you is that if there is a person who's in a problem and that person can't get through 100 or 103, the next best option is that local police station की information Google पे available है. Okay, just go to Google, type out senior police officers list of your area, you will get it along with the police station ka landline number. So if you can't get through 100, you can easily call up this landline number and you can get through the landline. And you can tell them, okay, fine, मैं यहाँ पे ही रहती हूँ, and they will send you the police van. Okay, let's say they don't send you the van. Okay, मान लीजिए कि आपके हाथ में कोई एक अच्छा ऑफिसर नहीं लगा है. Okay, in that case, आपके पास वहां पे डीसीपी का नंबर है. Call up the DCP, call up the ACP, they will immediately respond to you, okay? Or call up the senior inspector of the police station, because the more senior the person ना उनके कंधों पे ज्यादा जिम्मेदारी है, you know, of their police station, so they will immediately respond to you, okay? And let's say अगर खुदा ना खास्ता वहां पे भी help नहीं हो रहा है, there are a lot of people out there who are on Twitter. ओके, ट्विटर कितने लोग यूज करते हैं, अपना मुंबई पुलिस कमिश्नर वगैरह ये लोग सब ट्विटर के ऊपर है. जस्ट राइट देम एक ट्विटर का 2 लाइन कि आई एम कॉलिंग अप दिस नंबर और आई एम कॉलिंग अप दिस पुलिस स्टेशन, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग एनी हेल्प, काइंडली हेल्प सो एंड सो एड्रेस एंड नंबर. ट्विटर के अंदर वैसे भी छोटा ही लिख सकते हैं, आप ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं लिख सकते हैं. They will immediately send you the van gazala. You know, immediately the help would come max to max in half an hour, because this is tried and tested, which I have done it for my clients, you know. So what I want to say is that there are certain things that do work out. We just need to know how do we work out it. Okay. And also many a times, you know, people could be aware, but they choose not to be aware about their rights, you know, like आपके पास सारी सहूलतें हैं कि आप अपने एरिया का सलोन वगैरह देख सकते हो. 5 मिनट निकाल के गूगल पे देख लो ना कि आपका पुलिस स्टेशन कौन सा है, नंबर कौन सा है, ऑफिसर कौन सा है. इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील, बट वी चूज टू स्लीप ओवर इट टिल समथिंग रियली हैपेंस और इधर तक बात आ जाए, यू नो, दैट टाइम. सो या, यस Kasana.
I think we all should first, after seeing this session, look into the details of the local police stations, the numbers. And as we know, because of the pandemic, more online has been coming in. So we are very much well versed with this Google and searching and all kind of stuffs, which is there in format of Google search. Okay. Naushin, my next question to you was that was for phone. Let's say she goes to the police station. What are the things she needs to keep in the mind during that period or while her visit to the police station?
Okay. So Kazala, I just wish to clarify there are 2 kinds of complaints when you go to the police station. One is NC, non-cognizable complaint, and the other is FIR, first information report. Okay. अभी अपने को क्या है ना, एक ही कंप्लेन के बारे में पता है, वो है एफआईआर. ओके, क्यों? क्योंकि एफआईआर के ऊपर शायद एक प्रोग्राम आता था टीवी पे, एंड प्रोबेबली बिकॉज हम लोग हिंदी पिक्चरों में भी देखते हैं एफआईआर एफआईआर करके, तो एफआईआर. एनसी के बारे में किसी को नहीं पता. ओके, आई जस्ट विश टू क्लैरिफाई द डिफरेंशिएशन बिटवीन दीज 2 कंप्लेंट्स. ओके, एक कंप्लेंट से एक्शन होता है, पुलिस एक्शन में आती है, सामने वाले को अरेस्ट करती है. ओके, उसके ऊपर एक्शन लेती है, उसके ऊपर कोर्ट केस चलता है, उस कंप्लेंट को हम एफआईआर कहते हैं इन सिंपल लैंग्वेज. ओके, सो मान लीजिए यहाँ पे कोई बंदा खड़ा है, उसने मेरे को पकड़ के मारा, ओके, या कुछ भी मेरे साथ किया, ऑलराइट, तो मैं जाके उसके ऊपर एफआईआर कर सकती हूँ. द पुलिस स्विंग्स इनटू एक्शन, टेक्स एन एक्शन अगेंस्ट हिम, फाइल्स अ केस, case goes in the court. Okay, and the other kind of complaint is the NC. So let's say यहाँ पे एक बंदा खड़ा है, उसने मुझे गाली गलौज किया या कुछ भी. I don't want to take an action against him right now, but I just want things to be on record, ताकि कल अगर फ्यूचर में मुझे एक्शन लेना है, इफ आई हैव चेंज ऑफ माइंड, या फिर से वो बंदे ने वो एक्शन रिपीट किया, एंड देन आई डिसाइड टू फाइल अ कंप्लेन, यू नो, अ फॉर्मल कंप्लेन अगेंस्ट हिम ऑफ एन एफआईआर. ओके, पर तब तक का मैं बस चाहती हूँ रिकॉर्ड पे रहे, एक सबूत के तौर पे रहे. ओके, उस सबूत को हम एनसी कहते हैं. ओके, नॉन कॉग्निजेबल कंप्लेन. उससे कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया जाता सामने पे, वो सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड के लिए है, एक सबूत के तौर पे है कि भैया हमने एनसी कराई है. ओके, तो ये मेजर डिफरेंस है बिटवीन एफआईआर एंड एनसी. एक से एक्शन होता है, एक से सिर्फ रिकॉर्ड पे चीज आती है. ओके, जो रिकॉर्ड पे चीज आती है एनसी, जिससे एक्शन होता है एफआईआर. ओके, अब दूसरा अगर मैं डिफरेंस बताना चाहूं बिटवीन एनसी एंड एफआईआर, एनसी इज जस्ट ऑफ 1 पेज, A4 साइज का एक पेपर, बस. FIR runs into 2 to 3 pages. Okay, this is another difference. Like, ये difference मैं आपको खाली as lay person बता रही हूँ. Okay, so rather than getting into the sections and all of that, all right, I'm just trying to make it very simple. Okay, so ये NC और FIR के बीच का अंतर है. Now, let's say if I'm going to the police station, I need to be clear what I want to do. Whether I want a complaint to be filed only on record or I want an action to be taken. Okay, let's say if I want a complaint to be filed only on record, it would be NC. So I can go to the police station. The first person I will interact it with will be the duty officer. Okay, duty officer पूछेगा अच्छा क्या है, कैसे हुआ वगैरह वगैरह. I have to tell him मुझे NC करना है, record पे चीज लाना है. Okay, he will take down my complaint, put it in writing, give me a copy, read it out, etc., etc. Okay, which I have discussed already previously.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say this police officer is not in a mood to take my complaint. Okay, he says कि मैं आपका complaint नहीं लूँगा. Okay, in such cases अगर आपको NC ही करना है, कोई action नहीं लेना है, then rather than wasting your time, what you can do, you can write a letter to the police station. Okay, वहीं पे बैठे बैठे एक दो papers लेकर जाने का, वहीं पे बैठे बैठे लिख देने का to the senior inspector of so and so police station, complain against Mr. so and so. Sir, this is to get to your notice that I have been abused by so and so time with so and so things. I don't wish to take any action against him right now, but if it continues, I wish to seek your intervention. Okay. और वो जो है letter, उसका एक xerox निकालो. Dispatch department हर police station में होता है. महाराष्ट्र में dispatch department को लेखनिक कक्ष कहते हैं. Okay. So आप police station में जाओगे, वहां पे departments मराठी में लिखे होंगे महाराष्ट्र में. Okay. So you have to go to the police station, give them the letter in the dispatch, take an acknowledgement on the dispatch, take an acknowledgement on the Xerox copy. You are done with it. आपका काम हो गया. It is as good as NC. All right, wherein you have put things on record. Okay. मान लीजिए dispatch के अंदर तो 99.9% आपका ले ही लेंगे. Okay. Let's say 0.1% आपका नहीं लेते हैं. The next option is you take this letter and you post the letter to the police station. Do not courier. Post it. क्योंकि courier is a private service, anybody can manage. Okay. Post it. और जो वो postal stamp होगा, acknowledgement होगा, वो आपको संभाल के रखना है आपके पास. Okay. So that becomes something very important. I just wanted to show you the postal acknowledgement. ये देखिए ऐसे वाला आपके पास एक कार्ड आ जाएगा. ओके, या उसके ऊपर ऐसा एक छोटा सा आपको एक पर्ची मिल जाएगा, जैसे कि ये लाल वाला आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहा है ऐसे. ओके, सो ये आपको जो है संभाल के रखना है. ये कार्ड जो है एक्नॉलेजमेंट आपका जब आएगा उसके बाद आएगा, और वो छोटा सा पर्ची जब आप डालते हो तभी आपके पास आएगा. ओके, कीप इट सेफ. दिस इज एज गुड फॉर योर रिकॉर्ड्स. ओके, मान लीजिए आप वो भी नहीं कर सकते, जैसे कि कोरोना वायरस का टाइम आया था. ओके, हम अपने घरों से नहीं निकल सकते थे. ऑलराइट, तो उसके अंदर क्या है, पुलिस वालों के जो मैंने आपको वेबसाइट बताया है, दे हैव देयर ईमेल आईडीज. एवरी पुलिस स्टेशन हैज इट्स ईमेल आईडी. ओके, आप गूगल कर सकते हो, आपको मिल जाएगा ईमेल आईडी. आप वो ईमेल पुलिस स्टेशन को भेज सकते हो. Are you getting me? It is as good as an NC. You don't even have to go to the police station. You can do it over the email. Okay. Let me be honest enough. There will be no action on it, but that's what you want. Okay. You don't want an action. You're only putting it for the sake of records. Okay. Now let's say you want an action to be taken. कि नहीं, मेरे साथ हुआ है अत्याचार, मुझे action लेना है. In such cases, FIR has to be filed. Now, when you file an FIR, you go to the police station, you tell them, I need an FIR to be filed. They will take down your complaint, put it into writing, read it to you, give you a copy free of cost, take your signature. Okay. Let's say they don't take down your complaint. Now, what next to do? Okay. So next you can do is that you can write it to them. Again, put it in the dispatch, take their acknowledgement, but you want an action. Are you getting me? You want an action. In such cases, you can go to the senior inspector of police station, of that police station. Every police station has a senior police inspector. Okay. जैसे classes के कैसे monitor रहते हैं, so they have senior police inspector of that police station. या class के class teacher होते हैं. Okay. So you go to the senior inspector of police station, tell him so and so is the issue, no action is taken. He will direct the junior officer to take an action. Let's say the senior inspector is out on rounds, or let's say he is also not cooperating with you. You have to go to the higher up. Okay, that is the DCP or the ACP, whoever is available. Okay, and you have to file a complaint with the DCP or the ACP to say कि बाबा ये वाला हमारा issue हो रहा है. Okay, usually we go to the DCP to take an action. Okay, कि बाबा ये हमारा issue हो रहा है, and they usually direct the senior inspectors to take an action, and they are very quick, Gazala. Usually the DCPs are available in their office between 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock every day, okay, to talk to people. Once in a month on Saturdays by rotation basis, they go to police station also, okay, once in a month. So, वो भी आप कर सकते हैं, अगर आप नहीं जाना चाहते हो तो, but this is how you have to go. अगर वहां पे भी आपको कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं मिल रहा है, then you have to go to the commissioner. But you need to know कि मुझे जाना है. Higher up के ऊपर काफी लोगों को नहीं पता रहता है कि they can go to the higher ups, and these higher ups are very accessible to people, because उनके कंधे पे बाबा हमारी reputation का बोझ है, अगर हम लोग कुछ करेंगे तो so they usually take an action, usually, okay, in most of the companies. So this is one of the way that you can work out, how to go about with your complaint. Okay. So it just depends whether you want, an NC or an FIR, and that is how you act accordingly. Yeah,
thank you so much. Naushin, as this first session here, we are trying to speak about especially police, and our main focus is on women. What is your message through this session that we could give to the women's or the women students particularly?
So, number one, Ghazala, I want to give this message to women is that don't fear police. Okay. As a woman, I have been to police stations very often. I have not been to the police station as a lawyer. I have been to the police station as an aam janta. Okay. I've never told them I'm a lawyer. Okay. And they have taken an action against the person. I've gone bindas, okay, even in the nights, okay, and they've been very friendly. If they are not comfortable, your students, they should not go. The law is there to protect them, okay. But what I want to tell you is that they are good. They are very efficient. They really work very fast. Kaam karne pe aate, so they're really good. Number two is that, as I told you, there are good and bad people everywhere. Okay, अगर good मिल जाते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. अगर नहीं मिलते हैं, you have the next option of going in the hierarchy. So you can always take that option. It is available at your disposal. This is another thing. Number three, what I want to tell people is that please be assertive. Don't be aggressive. Many a times I have seen people, they will be pulling up their sleeves, entering the police station as if they are there to fight it out. Okay. They are your people. They are there to help you out. काफी चीजें ना नरमी से बात करने से हो जाती है गजाना. और assertive रहो, डरे बुझे मत रहो क्योंकि आपने कुछ अपराध नहीं किया है. Be assertive, don't be aggressive. A lot of things could be taken care of, at that point of time. So this is another thing. The fourth thing is that please be aware about basics. Which is your local police station? Who is your DCP? Which is your Sarkari Aspatal? What is your law if you have to go to the police station? These things. And then is that how do you use social media to the best of your level? So many a times we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, following up movie stars. But then भैया मैं Facebook वगैरह से थोड़ा हटके Google पे अपने basic rights देख सकती हूँ, basic information ले सकती हूँ, मेरे पुलिस वाले कौन से हैं मैं वो देख सकती हूँ, अगर मेरा काम नहीं होता है कौन ट्विटर के ऊपर है मैं वो देख सकती हूँ, and I can write it to this person. So there are so many avenues open when it comes to social media. Use it rather than just not using it or just letting it go ऐसे ही. And yeah, being aware about your law, thoda basics, and passing on that information rather than keeping it to yourself. जैसे कि आज हम दोनों ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि this video goes out to people get to know about it. हम एकदम टेक्निकल जार्गन्स में नहीं जा रहे हैं, हम बेसिक बातें कर रहे हैं, ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग इस वीडियो का फायदा उठा सके. So the same thing is that we need to work it out कि कैसे ये चीज और आगे जा सके. So अगर एक को पता चला है, आप पूरी दुनिया में मत बताओ, मगर अपनी फैमिली में बता दो, अपनी माँ को बता दो, बहन को बता दो, अपनी बेटी को बता दो. More than enough. We are doing our job. So I think we are the change makers. To be aware about it is so important. We can't change the world. I'm not talking big. But making small changes in your own life, around your own people, makes a lot of difference. कल पता नहीं किसको क्या जरूरत पड़े, and that person is aware about it. So I feel, yeah, these are the basic things, Ghazala, which I would like to pass on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Naushi. That is what here we are trying to bring about little change from our side. And I hope we are successful. This is our first session. Hopefully, we will get into more sessions and pass on some basic knowledge. And it is not always that we feel, oh, why should I listen or why should I gain knowledge? Knowledge is the best thing which can be passed on. Maybe you don't need it, but someone else might need your help. So we should take that initiative and bring change in the society. Thank you so much, Naushi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ghazala, for having me. Thank you.